Welcome, everybody. This is not episode 1. This is a bonus episode. This is an episode, what we gonna call it, 0?
Yes.
000?
000. 000.
007 or something. This is an extra bonus episode because we got so many YouTube questions, and a lot of them were surrounding me and Angela. And this situation. So I felt like I should address it. Latoya has some of the questions. I have some of the questions. I really didn't want to do this, but I feel like it needs to be done because I feel like I haven't said anything and there have been a lot of narratives painted that are false. So we're just going to take a stab at it. So this is Trapped in the Saga with Cash Jones and Latoya X. Bonus episode 007.
No, it's 0.5 because it's only half of it.
Oh, 0.5. And
all right.
And you'll get the first episode Wednesday at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central as scheduled. So where you want to start with these questions? Because the first one I think is one that they've been dying to know that I got over here.
Shoot.
Are you a federal informant?
Well, are you, damn it?
You guys, if I was a federal informant, I would be sitting on a nice little bit of money right now. But no, I am not a federal informant. I am an investigative journalist. Now, have I provided information to the government, and would I to help either side? Yes, I would. And that's just me being honest. Because my quest for this was always about the truth. And so whatever I have, you know, that's just what it is. But no, I'm not a federal informant. And no, I have not went and spoken or testified against R. Kelly, because that goes along with that question. And I get that from his fans a lot.
Yeah. Did I have to answer that one too?
Oh, Latoya, are you a federal informant?
I am not a federal informant.
Oh, wait. Dun.
I
think a lot of people thought you were a detective.
They thought I was a detective. They thought I was a fed. I've been a lot of things that I'm not. I am actually just a woman that had a relationship with a man and got dragged into the saga. So,
which we will go into on the next episode. We're going to go all in Latoya business.
What? Now I'm trying to get some tea, some wines, some liquor. Ooh, that's deep.
It's going to be liquor instead of tea.
You gotta spike it with some whiskey or something. That's going to be, stirred up really lovely.
I'm going to need some Douce and some Hennessy for the next episode.
You have to do something. Let me see the question that I have. These are so direct. All right, I'll just ask this one. It's nicer, I guess. So, because you're not really a person seen on social media, how do you learn about the things being said about you?
I used to watch the YouTube saga, as I call it. I used to be on these YouTube streets watching. But then I got to a point, especially once the investigation was over, I wasn't watching anything anymore. I kind of just disconnected. And then that's when current legal situations took place. So I'm definitely not looking at everything. Yeah. So most of the time, people either text it to me, email it to me. I'll get a lot of DMs from troll pages, saying, oh, this person said this about you. Grown man said that about you. Angelo, like whoever. Mm-hmm. They'll send them to me.
That's pretty much how I get it too. Most of my stuff is from trolls or, people that, think they have befriended me. But reality.
And honestly, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say they think they befriend me. With reality, you can tell they're just trying to stir up some mess.
Right. That's what it is. It's either they want to stir up some mess or it's them on that side pretending to be trolls, or not pretending to be trolls, but pretending to be support pages. And it's like they're trying to trigger reactions. Yeah.
I got that recently.
Really?
Yeah, well, when the young ladies were together, everybody wanted to basically troll me out. How do you feel? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about, like, why should I feel anything? It has nothing to do with me. It's like, but you can tell the way they reply, and it's like
Facts.
they push, 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 push. Like, no, answer the question. And then if you don't answer, bitch,
Yeah.
or you just everything rude to, like, dude. You trying to, all you're gonna do is what, repeat it. Next thing you know, I don't know how we got on social media, and now I'm on blogs. Oh, somebody said this. This was Latoya's next response. Nah, I'm good.
Gotcha.
Your turn.
Oh, um, let's see. Oh
Mm.
God. Are you afraid of Angelo or were you? Um, I was terrified of Angelo at one point. Um, am I afraid of him now? Okay, well, you know what? Let me not just put it like that. Like make it like he's just like this horrible person. Um, I was terrified of him in the beginning.
Okay.
Well, I'm not even gonna say in the beginning. I'm gonna say like somewhere once I started talking to him along the lines, because people don't know, but we were talking for like over a year. So somewhere I would say like midway between
Yeah.
is when I was a little bit terrified, because I had already received warnings prior to dealing with Angelo, and I didn't listen to him, and the warnings were of him being violent, him being this way, him being that way. And it's like towards the middle, no, he was never violent with me, but I started to see a lot of the behaviorisms that were described to me. And then of course, he had me thinking that he was hacking into my phones. He had me thinking all kind of crazy stuff. He played a lot of head games with me, and honestly, I'm transparent enough to say I fell for him. You know what I'm saying? And
So what you said was more you being terrified or paranoid, or both?
paranoid and terrified. I was paranoid for certain reasons, but I was also terrified because I was very touchable.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's had a PI on me. He's had different things. I've almost been run off the road. It's been a lot of different things that happened that were staged for me to think that other people were doing it.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, from what I found out, it was actually him. So, in my eyes, he was powerful. He was well connected. And it just made me think a lot of things. So I was terrified. Am I now? Honestly,
Yeah. Honestly, what I want to know this.
honestly, no. I'm more afraid of his reach. And I've watched him, I've seen him orchestrate false narratives before. I've seen him orchestrate things before. So I'm more afraid of his vengefulness and how far he's willing to go. You know what I'm saying? Because we aren't dealing with each other or even on speaking terms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's more so what it is.
And I guess that'll be a welcome to the next question.
What's that?
So basically, it was: do you feel that Angel had genuine feelings for you?
What? Who asked that?
Don't worry about that. Just go ahead and ask the question because the people want to know.
Well, I mean, he says that he did not. So,
No. It says, do you feel? Not what he said. Do you feel? You're a woman.
with the way that he has dragged me around the internet and some of the like hurtful, he said some really fucked up shit about me. Ain't no way, other way like to spin it. He has said some very screwed up stuff about me. Most of them are lies, you know what I'm saying, or truths that he's twisted around. And I don't think if a person genuinely cares about anybody or respects someone, that they could ever say those types of things about them. When you heard me on Toxic Diamond, or when you heard me speak of Angelo, it was never to the degree. You know what I'm saying? Because there are things that I could have said.
I personally never heard you say anything like to bash him. Like, even like through our conversations, it was always just, it was like, man,
Right.
type shit. So that's why in my mind, I never thought him to be the person he showed me to be, himself to be. Because I can only speak for myself.
Right.
So I was taken aback. Like, whoa, no,
Yeah,
no.
so I don't think that he did. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay because I'm transparent enough. One thing, you guys, that I'm always going to be is honest. I'm never going to lie about nothing. I don't give a damn if it makes me look stupid, if it makes me look ignorant, if it makes me look crazy, whatever it is. I'm always willing to be transparent about the mistakes I made, the things I did, whatnot. I mean,
All
I
in the
just feel
making of
like
a
it's
better you.
important.
Like, it's all in the making of a
Um,
better you. So I dig it.
well, it's not even about being a better me. I was always honest and
Not
transparent about
growth.
mistakes I
That
made and stuff like that.
just like growth happens every day, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be transparent because as soon as you act like you're not supposed to be, which a lot of people have done this, they're digging themselves in something that is going to be so long term. Like, you guys are messing
True.
up your own characters when you could really be the sweet people and this, that, and the third and have all this good stuff possible going. But look at what people are going to look at you when it's your fault. You know, like people build their own characters. That's why I'm like, with you being transparent, that shows something about what you want to be seen as, represented as. Like, this is who
True.
I am. Like, I'm honest.
Yeah, I didn't look at it that way, but that's true. Yeah, so to me, I feel like he couldn't have. I mean, during that time frame, did I feel like he did? Yes, I did. I felt like we both allowed ourselves to let our guards down. I feel like we both did have some type of care or feelings. I'm not gonna say it was love, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it was
But
there. But I also feel like we both protected ourselves in case the other one was on something else because the way it was presented was like almost as if we were on opposite sides of the fence.
right. Wow. That's
Next, because I don't want to talk about that.
oh, oh, I have my question, but you can go ahead and do yours.
No, go ahead, go
Oh,
ahead.
no, no. Okay, fine. Since you pushing me for it, this is my question.
Okay.
So, how how did you feel when when Angela straight up just like straight Judas your ass?
You know what?
Like he totally betrayed you with the whole kiss. He just
Oh my god.
I want to know. Like I know that shit was like off guard and shit, but I still like how did you?
Yo, don't make me cry. I'm
No,
laughing, but don't make me cry. Like
okay.
I cannot believe you just.
Okay, it's clear. Relax.
Okay. 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 Hold on. Let me get it together. All right.
Uh,
I felt like I'm gonna tell you how I felt, and you've heard me say this. Like you've heard me cry
yeah.
about him. I I I I cannot describe how hurt I think I was.
Mhm.
And it wasn't because like, oh my God, my heart was broken, we were in love or something like that. It was more so because um I trusted him.
Yeah.
I trusted him. I looked at him as somebody like even a protector in a sense because
Yeah.
I know R. Kelly fans don't want to hear this, but that's the type of
So we're being transparent.
I'm being transparent.
I know.
That's the type of situation it grew into. Like I really trusted him. I felt protected with Angelo. I felt a lot of things with Angelo. And it was kind of just like for all of this to be based on one little moment with me going on Dubowski's channel, because that's really where everything went left. And he really went on the rampage because something happened behind the scenes where he heard something that made him feel like I had been against him the whole time, which was not true.
Right.
And he was upset about that. So then when I went on Dubowski because I was upset and emotionally just reacting out of being angry, I was asked about him as I often am.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said something about him being vengeful or something like that. And the next thing you know, he was texting me and it was on some, oh, you know, you on this dude channel, he only got like 1,300 subscribers. This what we doing now. Oh, this and this and that. He sending me screenshots of stuff I done seen him before. Oh, this how we want to play, da 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 da. Like, and it was like in a threatening way. Like, oh, if you finna run your mouth like this, then I'm gonna do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type of stuff. And all I said was one word: vengeful.
Yeah. So,
And I mean, it's a fact. He is.
but I guess so to be understood in that moment, like in that time, of course, you being on the live, you were basically because I personally didn't. I don't think I saw it. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
But was that more so in a retaliation of something that was brought to your attention, or was it just you
No, it
were
was a general conversation about other stuff, and then I was just asked
it was like
about
a
him.
put on the spot type question?
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's how things get. Like people don't understand. It's not like, oh, you usually when these people interview you, half the time you don't talk to them prior. You know?
But it's not even that with this situation because, okay, even if we just would have went back and forth
Yeah.
with that little spat and that would have been it
Hmm.
because we both was hot. Because I was hot, first of all, because I'm trying to get stuff situated and straight about what he heard so he understands where that came from and what that was.
Hmm.
And he from there, he didn't stop at just the text. That's when he went on lives. That's when he did this, he did that.
Yeah.
He brought attention to the situation. He was talking shit about me then. You know what I'm saying? And it was just
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? And then he goes, oh, well, tell her to drop some facts. Tell her to drop facts. She ain't got nothing on me. Like he was already playing me off
You wasn't shit.
right, basically. And like I didn't know anything or we didn't
Yeah.
talk about anything or we didn't whatever. And I'm pretty sure lies were passed just to see how far they would get. But you also shared a lot of truths as well.
Yeah.
And
I
I was just
personally,
like, okay, is he forgetting this?
I can personally say that I have witnessed a personal moment between the two of you without going into
Oh, hell
detail.
yeah.
And that shit was like, oh shit. I felt like, yo, I accidentally walked into you while you was in the middle of like a shower or something. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you going to the bathroom stall? It's the wrong one. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know that moment. I felt like that, even though we were already on the phone. But shit, my bad. So for it to be denied and to be the same, it bothers me because I learned, I like
And
you.
you know, when that happened, I tried so quick. I hung up on you
You,
so fast.
no, it wasn't as fast as you thought. You tried though. You had them what they call them little Twitter fingers and little slippery fingers. Oh, it was so funny. I'm sitting on FaceTime like,
Yeah, I was just like, oh
and then
shit. Like,
to make eye contact with me, like, bitch. I ain't heard from you. I think in like about maybe 3 days until like 3 or 4 days after that.
because I was so embarrassed because, like, you know,
I
I
called.
didn't want people to think I was like a part of the
Mm.
takedown, so to speak. But, you know,
But that's also when we were first getting to know each other. So I'm sure now that you figured out my personality and such, I'm just as goofy as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna do nothing but talk shit. Do you, fool? So
yeah, because when he said that and he was all in that mode, I know you was like, okay, so what the fuck?
this
Okay.
guy told me she's better than y'all fucking.
Whoa, what? Wait, hold on, wait. I heard that F word. What happened?
I said my vibe that I took. She said she was celibate. Nah, y'all fucking. He was just
And we wasn't. And I can be honest about that. We never
so.
did. We weren't.
I'll argue you down for that confident answer though. Cause you walked around and like, I'm not, just let it go type attitude. Like, no, bro, you better answer me. Yeah.
But yeah, he took it so far. That's where my problem was. And then when I went on Toxic Diamond, I dropped like a little, like that 10-second clip because it was just like, did you
Gotta go
forget
look
that you talk to me about things or whatever? Like, did you magically get amnesia? And then from that, I didn't say nothing else after that. And he just drug and drug and drug the
he
fuck
called
out of me.
you everything but your name. You was no longer queen. Because I've heard him call you queens on numerous occasions. But this time you weren't. It was just really like, to me, I'm sitting like because of where I stand and sit in this, arrangement type attitude. Just what I just saw in that moment, it was just like, dude, you know better than, don't do that. Don't do that.
And you know what? I refused to watch it. Everybody kept sending stuff to me.
You
They was like,
don't.
you gotta watch this stuff. And I didn't want to watch it because
I don't,
I
but you watch them.
had, huh?
You know how to be like, you watching them shits or trying to, don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it because the feelings that I had, I knew that anything negative that would come from him would hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it would hurt me. And I didn't want to see it. And I mean, for the first time ever, the other night, I finally heard a little bit of it and like,
You broke down.
how was I?
You broke down. I tried
Like
to, I
all the
tried to,
way.
I tried to joke with you. I tried to do everything. We just had a moment of silence on the phone, and I was just talking your head off just to try to keep your mind, some spacing. You were really hurt, man. Like that was not no.
Like
That
cried
wasn't.
real
That nah.
tears.
That was that was real.
And I feel stupid for that,
No,
but it is what it
that was
is.
stupid.
Like,
That was real, man. We women. Shit. At least somebody got to be real with you in the situation. But it's just, I got it. I understood. Even though I'm over like, pick yourself up, man. I'm not gonna let you slip. Pick yourself up. But I still feel it's okay for people.
and I needed that. I needed that. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
yeah, right. But she had anything.
Yeah.
I'm letting the people know. Y'all know I'm a thug dizzle up in these streets. I can get feelings and stuff, and she got like emotions.
She was. She was. Because at first, when she didn't realize that I was really breaking down, she was like, yo,
Okay.
nigga, I know you not finna hold up.
Yeah, I started cussing you out a little bit for real. My bad. But when I saw the series, I was like, oh, she for real, for real. Alright. How
I
to
like I still care and I'm trying to move past that because we in a whole legal situation now that I don't
yeah.
even understand. You feel me?
What that dude said is
But
above
it's
me now.
like, huh?
What dude said it's above me now. Little meme that says it's above me now. That's pretty much the vibe. No,
Yeah.
can you guys fix? Nah, that's just not it. Just
I
cut
don't
my ass
know.
off. But
And look at this. The next question is kind of like the one you
what
asked.
is it?
It says, when Angelo, oh shit, look at the word they use. When Angelo rejected you,
Oh, exactly.
were you angry and scorned like grown man said? Hold up, back up. Skirt.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. I was never rejected. Let's get that straight, okay? What happened was he found out something, well he heard something that he felt like proved that I had been against him the whole time. And I honestly think he felt played to an extent or he was upset about that to the extent where it was just like, you know what? Hell no, I can't even trust you even a little bit if I had a little bit of trust. And for me, no. Angry, scorned, never. That's why the legal situation we're in right now, I do not understand. Because it's two narratives out there. And both of the narratives where it's making it like I would ever want any harm to come to
This
Angelo
narrative.
is insane.
You got mine.
What happened?
Because there's three narratives. Because you have mine. I'm on the outside looking in, and I don't understand.
Well, okay, let me break down the narratives for the people listening.
Yeah.
One narrative is that R. Kelly, I guess, communicated to me some type of way because I don't know how. It has to be imaginary through like telekinesis or something
You
because this
guys
man has
do the
been
Harry Potter owl thingy.
okay, because he's been incarcerated for over a year and I don't have any communication with him.
Right.
But one narrative is that he communicated to me and I communicated to my cousin to cause harm to these people, to intimidate these people. That is totally false. My cousin does not even know this man, nor will he ever put his life on the line for this man. Second narrative is that I was so hurt and scorned. And I saw this because somebody sent me this clip from Grown Man Show. And Larry was basically saying that I was so scorned. Oh, y'all done heard her say she loved Angelo and blah, blah, blah. And he said that I was so scorned
Such a powerful
and angry.
Was that the particular?
Yeah.
That was the word. That's like that Taraji P. Henson movie with Tyler Perry on that movie. That's scorn. That's what you was doing.
Yeah, nah, hey, that was definitely scorn. I could never.
I know.
But but he said that I was so scorned and angry that I went and I sent my dumb ass, quote unquote, this is what he said, cousin, to go do this. First of all, Larry, as if he's listening, because you know how people send stuff, so they may send this to him. First of all, I cared and still care about Angelo. There is no way in hell that I would ever want any harm to come to him. I don't care how angry I get about something. I could run my mouth all day. Oh, fuck that nigga. I hate that nigga. He talked about me. But I would never actually do anything. And my thing is, for that man to talk to me for over a year, he should know my character. Fuck the character that he puts out to the world, which is false.
Right.
He should know my character enough to know that I would never. First of all, I got too much going for myself, too much going for my future. I have a child, even though he says I'm a crappy mother, but
Mm,
I have a child. So why would I ever put my motherfucking freedom on the line? Fuck anything else. Why the fuck would I do that? Because even if I'm not the person who actually did it, if I plant some stupid ass shit like that, that would be putting myself at risk.
right.
I would fucking never. I'm not that damn stupid. I'm sorry.
You ain't stupid at all.
Yeah, no, I would never. Now, what's this third narrative? Because I
The
want to
third
hear it.
narrative is basically mine because I'm looking at y'all too. Like I said, I've had the opportunity to be able to witness to the real shit. Not many people or any people probably could say that. I'm just saying. But at the same sense, it's just I would never.
You really got that much out of that experience?
Girl, we talked every fucking day, all day. You would be on the
Okay.
phone with me as you driving. I'll be up in the damn restroom. We was really on the phone a lot.
Okay. Granted. 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 Granted.
Granted, we got really acquainted. So I don't know. But my part is I see how the behind the scenes attitudes and vibes, I should say, not attitudes, vibes. And just to see how I feel you are as a person and me
Mm-hmm.
actually have an opportunity, even hearing, from your cousin type stuff. He's not that type of person. He was always very protective of you to say, hey, yo, man, just let that stuff go, man. You got more to focus on. To sit there and say people are saying he did what now?
Yeah, when it comes down to that, like, no.
I can't have a
Now,
person that you
I
block
would
it.
say this. When you say he's protective over me, yeah, like if somebody would put their hands on me, something like that, but it still wouldn't have been nothing as stupid as what
Nah,
they claiming happened.
he still got a life too. And he was listen, dude is very wise for the people obviously that don't know. Dude is very what I call intellectually stimulated. Like dude is very there. So to sit there and say that he would dumb himself down for a situation, no, I can't believe that. And even in the act of
Mm,
people accusing and making mockery and laughing, I'm disappointed in that. And I'm talking about Larry and Angela laughing at the situation. That's not funny. Y'all men too,
yeah.
black men too.
The clip I saw, Larry was like, "Oh, count your days, yo dumbass." Ha ha. Like he found it very
That
hilarious.
disappointed me. Even though everybody got their opinions on situations, I still look at the character of people and maybe my expectations are too high. But that to
I
me,
always had more respect for them than that.
I
Always,
did. Even
always.
though they bugs me a lot, I've always just looked at it. You know what? Y'all just doing what y'all gotta do. It's nothing personal because y'all don't know me. Maybe one day we might be able to sit down and talk was the thought, but I mean, and then the thing, I know I'm off subject for a sec, but Larry actually apologized to me on live.
Oh,
And
see, I don't know nothing about that one.
I
I didn't
know,
see it.
I'm just telling you, it's probably still up. But he apologized to me on a live that I was on. It was a panel.
Well,
And
that was big of him.
right, but it was low of him the week later to be bashing me.
Oh shit. My bad. I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm thinking you just saying, he apologized, whatever. That's why I was like,
I
okay,
mean,
well, that was big of him.
I was shocked because I was never expecting an apology. But because I am who I am, I was expecting him to be a man of his apology and his word to be better.
Yeah.
I listened to them say, oh, people are stalking us, they post my addresses and they do all these things. Guys, with all due respect, it's like on the Kettle Black, the pot called. You posted my
Listen.
mugshot, you posted my address, you posted my information. I never did nothing to y'all.
Wow. Yeah.
So
I ain't
for
even
me
got no
to
comment
hear,
on that part.
it didn't need a comment. I just want them to know I never had a problem with them, but it hurt me, and I'm saying I'm hurt. because I never did anything to
Yeah.
those people. I had to move how many times? My privacy had to be invaded because of what? Because I support somebody that y'all don't support? Not
Yeah.
because I'm doing anything wrong. It's just because I support this man.
Yeah, that's tough. And I mean, I've been cyberbullied, I've been dragged, I've been everything else, and that's been
Yes.
publicly. Everybody done seen that. So,
Last year, I think we were on FaceTime. I was sending you videos and everything of me moving. The moving vans, I was showing you the old house and everything.
yeah,
Okay. That was my first home I bought. That was something that I was feeling really proud of, and I had to get out of it and rid of it because my privacy had reached an all-time uncomfortable level.
mm.
My accomplishment, I had to give it up. What I worked,
And why is that? Was there something that was going on? It was
people.
things. Can you say that again for the people in the back? You had to do what now?
I had to move out of my very first home that I worked very hard for. I had to move out of it. I had to sell it. I had to go. I
That's
had to
crazy.
run.
I mean, but what was going on? Like, were people coming around? Because I know I had people that were coming. They were staking out the house. People were setting stuff on
Yeah.
fire. It was a lot.
This is during the time where, like, the feds and everybody like feds. I think it was like even people that were bold enough to watch social media during that time
Mm-hmm.
got arrested and all. You
What?
know,
For what? For
well,
being toy? For what?
no, see, it wasn't my fault for me having to be toy in this moment though. It wasn't my fault because I was home, minding my
Oh,
business. And that's when that Tasha K blog came down about me. And pretty much it was just hail and tsunamis from there. And people got real bold. So I ended up getting arrested for the simple fact when I dragged the young lady.
oh wow.
I won't apologize for it ever. That's her fault. So usually in that moment when they give the dramatic pause in which I gave, they usually say, well, I'm sorry, I'm not. So yeah, I had to drag her.
That's not funny. I'm sorry.
And it was. So I dragged her and she ended up calling the cops on me when she came on my property. But when she was telling the cops where I actually dragged her to, which was back to her vehicle, it was actually off my property line, obviously, because she parked across the street. That's not my fault. But I got locked up on that. And yeah, it's a lot. So far, I think I've moved thus far in a matter of 2 years. I've moved at least 5 to 6 times, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seemed like it's been a lot on a lot of people. And that's the only thing I think that really bothers me
Yeah,
about certain people. I'm not going to take jabs, but
yeah.
to try to say
That's
that
how we,
they are harassed and they are whatever when they do a
yeah,
lot of the harassing and
yeah.
cyberbullying and whatever, it's insane to
But
me.
it's not, even though I personally can say I made it easy for them to find certain things about me. But at the same sense, it's not easy because I was in the military. I did these things, so it's not easy. But at the
Right.
same sense, the fact that you guys posted my mugshot, on that mugshot, it has all your personal information.
Right.
So either you guys altered it or whatever the case may be, I don't know. But regardless, the information put to the public was none of their business. Whenever I got locked up, I always signed a waiver that my stuff would not be put in the newspaper, the newspapers and everything. So why are you guys posting all over social media a picture of me being bruised and battered? You guys say that you're fighting, but then this is a picture of domestic violence, and it was nothing to do with Robert. But you guys are flaunting it around like it's a joke and a mockery. That shit hurt. Nobody want to relive that shit just by seeing their pictures online.
Tell me about
And
it. They tend to
these
pick
people,
fun at a lot of serious moments and then just,
yeah, it hurt. Like
yeah.
I'm a real like I know most people think I'm a bitch. Most people like a lot of people like why you such a bitch? I'm like yo, this is how I talk. I'm sure you had to get used to me in the beginning. Like I'm just being me. It's no
No, it
need to
didn't
love.
bother me none.
You be busy and occupied. Sometimes I have to say that. But it's a whole bunch of that stuff that I feel is kind of like I said, it's like the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, definitely that. But we're gonna get into that more into detail in future episodes. Not in point five. Not in point five.
Nah,
We don't give them that
yeah,
much energy in point five.
no, we're just really answering these good old questions because
Did you
you
have
know.
any more?
Um. Oh yeah.
The ones I had get like really deep, so I think I'm gonna hold the rest of those
No,
off for like
no,
the
no,
end
no,
of
no.
episodes.
No, man. This one. We got to do this
Okay.
one. And not because I'm being, let me go ahead and put this foot break, and I'm not being malicious or thing. It's just the fact that I'm laughing on the inside, and I know you about to be tickled pink.
What's the
Okay.
question, Toya? What's the question?
This question from this person that really want to know: is it true
Uh-huh.
Angelo had entanglements with multiple women in the circus? They said the circus, but we're gonna call it the saga.
Oh. Wait. Well, now,
Wow.
if we want to take it there, I mean, okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Okay, okay.
I'm not laughing. I'm not. I
They
am.
call him Pimp Low.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say
pimp.
this. He never had sex with me. I know people don't want to believe that, but I never had sex with Angelo Clary. Now,
I question your ass to the third degree about that one. I know I did.
yeah, I never did. But I'm going to say this. I heard,
Mm.
now this is not true. I heard this from,
Allegedly.
there you go. The word I'm looking for. Allegedly, he slept with, and this came from good old, a BuzzFeed, hold up, what we gonna call this person? Sunshine. There
I
it is,
remember.
Sunshine.
Yes.
I heard that he slept with Lizette Martinez. Now that is what I heard, allegedly. Okay.
Well, I don't know if I should say allegedly if I heard it from her myself. Does
Get the
allegedly
fuck out
still
of here.
count?
She told you that?
That's when I was in Cali.
Look, I
She told
almost
me
forgot we was recording. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
me too. Because that's when I was in Cali, and so many reasons when I think why she fought so hard against me is because she shared those type of things with me. I can't say, so if Angela ever hear this, I'm not saying it's true. I don't know. I don't got receipts in your dick.
Oh, wow.
But she did tell me this. She showed me text messages and stuff. She said that when they were in New York, he paid for her hotel and they spent time. All this girl. She was like, now, you burn candles a lot. Now you know if you have one of those long stick ones with with no figure.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the long stick ones. That's her. It melted so quick.
You know what that means?
Like,
the ancestors must have been talking. Oh, okay.
I was just looking at that like, whoa. And like I said, I can't speak on his behalf because I don't know, but I know what she told me. And the fact that that's a question.
Look, I wonder who asked that question, because obviously it must be somebody who know about that.
It came to me from a person off of their YouTube streets. That's all we. Oh no, she didn't. Oh, Shoutily, I just didn't see it. Oh man, I had to stand up and do a
like
school dance.
The whole time you was talking, I was looking for it. I'm like, they call him Pimp Low. Let me see if I can find this real quick.
Listen, yes, ma'am.
But I heard a couple of things though. I did definitely hear about her, but I didn't know if it was true or not.
I've heard of others, and
then I heard about somebody's daughter that is a part of this, who he's cool with the mom. So I don't know.
Yep, but we not here to be.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that because I'm not trying to get drugged for another 365 days.
We just came to 300 a whole 65. When is the next leap year? Because I'm not ready. This is another day too long.
You feel me? I'm not trying to go through that for an allegedly, because that was just something I heard.
It was alleged. Like I said, I'm gonna say it one more time. She told me that. Okay.
Well, okay. It's allegedly for me, but if she told you that out of her own mouth, then he got to take that up with her.
But that's my thing. Right. That's my
with
point.
All that candle wax. You feel me?
If it wasn't true, don't come to me about it. Just go to her. She said it.
With all that candle wax. Okay, man. Mm-mm.
It melted, girl. She was so like beloved type
But
face.
bruh, it
Like
makes so much sense because that's why, like the way I ended up being about Angelo, when I first interacted
he's
with
smooth.
Lizette, that's how she was. It was always what Angelo
Yeah,
said, Angelo said, Angelo
yeah.
said all the
That's
time.
always it. First it was like because of course when I met her or however it may happen, it was Kelly Nunn. We'll talk about that later. But she talked so much about Angela. I'm like, yo, I asked her straight up like, yo, what's the deal?
Yeah.
She was the one that told me, and again, I don't know to be sure. I don't know to be sure because it's not my business, but she put me in it, so I'm only speaking what she told me. She was like, "Oh, like yo, they're not together." And then she was the one that told me that his wife wasn't going to events and all this stuff. Like I wasn't.
Allegedly, they were separated. That's what he told me. I don't know if that was true, but as much as we used to be talking and stuff like that, I think that it was true. That they were separated for quite some time.
Yeah,
And I mean, they probably are
but
together now, but I think they really were.
but I mean, also in a religion sense, sometimes it's okay. So we gotta respect people, choices. Because I don't feel it's not wrong with little sister wife and every now and then it's okay. If it's okay and it works,
Well,
it
with
works.
him, he told me, because this is when he was talking about converting me to Islam and all of this stuff, because he's Muslim. He told
Wow.
me that it will be more than one of us. Something about his circle, which I'm guessing you mean like his circle of women, because he gave me an example. Like if he was to buy one this, like he would buy me that. Like basically, it will be
So
more
like,
than one, but we will all be treated equally.
so I'm just saying hypothetically. So if you would get a vehicle, I would get one too.
Basically,
Like, I would
that's what the
oh,
energy was. That's what he said anyway.
keep balling like that. Hold on, Cash. Let me find out you on the phone.
I
I'm
heard
listening.
from a certain filmmaker that he's not,
Hmm?
but I don't know
Sunshine.
because I was never. No, it wasn't Sunshine. It was a male, but I never knew his finances, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't care about him. That wasn't what attracted
Right.
me to him. So
Now that's a question. What did attract you to this gentle
we not gonna talk
star?
about that. Why you trying to ask
We
me
can.
that?
You just taking a trip to Bikini Bottom. That's all we're doing. We taking a little trip to Bikini Bottom. Because I know people gonna go like, yo, you said you was terrified, but you was also like lusting.
Well, I wasn't
I'm gonna call.
terrified in the beginning. I was slightly terrified somewhere in the middle, but honestly, originally,
I
I
think what
was
you feel
physically
terrified.
attracted to him. Like I know everybody be clowning, all the R. Kelly fans be clowning, talking about he got hips and all of this. I don't care. Like,
I do.
uh,
I do. I don't give a fuck. I was not expecting that part.
I was physically attracted to him. I am. I can't pretend like I wasn't.
But wasn't he was smaller though? Me
Oh
personally,
yeah,
I just don't
yeah.
like.
In the
I don't.
beginning, he was a lot smaller when
It's
I met
that
him.
I'm yeah, but
But it didn't
I
matter
have a
because you know what? Once you start having feelings for somebody or you're into somebody and
yeah.
they've got you mentally, the rest just follows, to be honest. So
You was about to be in his you was about to like be his everything and shit. You was
it
really about
was
to
a
go there, huh?
mental, he mentally stimulated me.
Yeah.
He
You
gave me
retarded.
mental orgasm after mental orgasm.
The fuck?
Like Love Jones, like, say, baby, can I be your
Yeah.
slave? Let me stop. Let me
No, I
stop,
choked.
bro. Don't choke. Don't choke.
CPR. Arms up. Okay. This girl.
Put the arms up.
She tried to make me die. Oh shit! I just got so hot. She tried to kill me. What the fuck? Whoa! Oh, my heart, Jesus, take it over, Lord. Be the fencing, the nails, and the screws.
I'm being honest, the talk. And he genuinely made me
I
feel
need some
like he
water.
cared and he was concerned. He was very supportive.
Mhm.
All of that good stuff. So, and he's a smooth talker. Let's not act like he's
He
not.
is. He is. And that ain't allegedly. That dude talks so.
And then I like
Listen,
the strength of him. He made me feel protected. Like I liked his presence, period.
can I be honest? I was, if I may be honest, Angelo, I mean, a lot of people disappointed me in the situation, but he really disappointed me for the simple
Me
fact
too.
what we thought, what you shared with me, how great he was and all this good stuff. And, just of me just seeing certain things, I was like, okay. So when that stuff happened with the whole Chicago thing with me and them,
Yeah.
man, that hurt me for real, for real. And I know I keep using the word hurt because it's true. Because I wasn't expecting it. Because just prior to that, I was actually on somebody's. They asked me to do a little calling, and I was okay to it because I didn't think it was supposed to be anything bad. Bless her heart. But they asked me about him. I'm like, I have nothing negative to say about that family because I personally don't know them. I never spoke to them. Um, I mean, from what I see, whatever the situation may be, he's just a father doing what I feel, and that was my honest opinion.
Right.
So just to see that I even told him and his daughter in their face.
I mean, Azriel.
Yeah, when I was in Chicago, when they decided, it was time for them to go, and they left, and I walked with them to their car, and stuff. I said, you know what? I can appreciate your relationship for the simple fact I'm a daddy's girl. I'm like the original
No
daddy's
pun
girl to a
intended.
T.
We ain't talking about
Father.
the book. Go ahead.
None. No, 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 no. Oh Lord, I ain't even. You're right. Let's not get that twisted. But with my father, the one that my mom that had me, that dude, he's real great. So when I saw the fact that if what you guys are saying is true, and the things that you guys are like, I can't speak for her. A lot of things I look at side eyed and shit because to me, I know a different person
Right.
because that's not the person I know. So whatever your story is your story. However it may have you, cool. But when I looked at them, if you was like going through all this and girl, she healed fat. Never mind. But
We
anyway,
ain't
the
gonna go
way
into
they was
all of this in
acting,
this one, but go ahead.
me not man. That's why I stopped. But it's just the bond in which I thought I was seeing
Yeah.
that I was like, wow. I was like, wow, because in my mental I had this guy in my head that I didn't even know, but I thought Shrubia.
Yeah.
Respect. And even after we spoke, like I inboxed him because some things got to me from troll pages and other things. And I asked him as a person because he king and queen, and so as a queen I should be able to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I inboxed him like, hey, I sent him the clip or the message, a screenshot of the message. Is this true? He said no, he can't control the things that, Larry put out, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And he broke it. Well, next time you feel somebody doing this, make sure you go to the feds, you report it, you do this, you got that. I still got the message.
Right.
And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, even though you and I are on two different sides of the playing field, you're still being an encouraging person.
Right.
You're still being whatever. So Chicago, listen,
Listen, I know how you feel because I always took Angelo for a strong, supportive, stand-up guy who was going to be a honey no matter what the situation was. So I totally get that.
That was a big disappointment. That was truly a big disappointment for me. Because even with allegedly Lizette's situation, she said many strong things too. And even other people that allegedly had moments with him said the same. So with me, I'm like, damn. My bad.
Yeah.
What'd I do? So, yeah.
Well, so are we going to... No, I think we shouldn't. I think we should stop here because I don't want to take no more than Angelo questions. I'm done. It's a little bit too much for me.
I ain't got no more. It's rare. Hell no.
I'm like, let's stop on the Angelo questions, but I did want to answer some of them. But y'all, in these episodes moving forward, like we're just going to cover a lot. The next one I think we'll do is like our story. It'll probably focus more on Toya because I took up a lot of this one with this Angelo stuff.
Now you just really want me to talk, don't you?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go into the saga, start to finish, just a lot of things. We'll reveal some stuff that maybe you guys never knew, never heard of. We'll catch people up who are just joining, so they aren't that familiar with the saga. And I don't know, you got any closing words for point 5?
Point 5. There's no closing words for that. It's the in and out. We're in and out like a robbery.
Yeah. You said in and out, anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
And on that note, good night.
I'm messing with you. Hi.